Object references. What is actually happening when you make a variable assignment? This is an important question in Python because the answer differs somewhat from what you would find in many other programming languages. Python is a highly object-oriented language. In fact, virtually every item of data in a Python program is an object, of a specific type, or class. This point will be reiterated many times over the course of these tutorials. Consider this code. When presented with the statement print 300, the interpreter does the following steps. Creates an integer object, gives it the value 300, displays it to the console. You can see that an integer object is created, using the built-in type function. A Python variable is a symbolic name, that is a reference or pointer to an object. Once an object is assigned to a variable, you can refer to the object, using that name. But the data itself is still contained within the object. For example, this assignment creates an integer object, with the value 300, and assigns the variable n to point to that object. The following code verifies that n points to an integer object. Now consider the following statement. What happens when it is executed? Python does not create another object. It simply creates a new symbolic name or reference, m, which points to the same object that n points to. Next, suppose you do this. Now Python creates a new integer object with the value 400, and m becomes a reference to it. Lastly, suppose this statement is executed next. Now Python creates a string object with the value foo and makes n reference that. There is no longer any reference to the integer object 300. It is now orphaned, and there is no way to access it. Tutorials in this series will occasionally refer to the lifetime of an object. An object's life begins when it is created, at which time, at least one reference to it is created. During an object's lifetime, additional references to it may be created, and references to it may be deleted, as well. An object stays alive, as long as it has at least one reference to it. When the number of references to an object drops to 0, it is no longer accessible. At that point, its lifetime is over. Python will eventually notice that it is inaccessible and reclaim the allocated memory, so it can be used for something else. In computer lingo, this process is referred to as garbage collection. Object identity. In Python, every object that is created is given a number that uniquely identifies it. It is guaranteed that no two objects will have the same identifier during any period in which their lifetimes overlap. Once an object's reference count drops to 0 and it is garbage collected, then its identifying number becomes available, and may be used again. The built-in Python function id returns an object's identifier. Using this function, you can verify that two variables point to the same object, indeed. After the assignment m equals n, m and n both point to the same object, confirmed by the fact that id m and id n return the same number. Once m is reassigned to 400, m and n point to different objects, with different identities. Digital Academy, learn free. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Like, comment, and share.